Welcome back. In this demonstration, we're going to put on some lily pads into our koi fish pond painting. For this part of the project, you'll need your finished watercolor painting. Here's my one I'm making for the demonstration. Still has the cellophane on it. And you'll need one piece of 60-pound paper. And you'll need some crayons. I just used light greenish yellow and regular green, and then you'll need some tissue paper for your one flower that you're going to make. So to get started, you're going to need your painting that you finished, and at this point you can take and just gently lift the cellophane off, and you should be able to see where the paint has dried and made those marks here like water ripples, just like we saw in the photographs that we looked at during the PowerPoint part of this. You can kind of see the way that the water works its way in there. Now if you want to, you can go back with some watercolors and enhance some of these places and maybe make them darker if you want, but you can also just leave it like that, whatever you'd like to do. Now to get started with the lily pads, as we talked about in class, the lily pads are going to be pretty ovally shaped. Alright, so what you can do is you can either draw some ovals on your paper, or if you feel comfortable just cutting out some ovals on your own without drawing anything, that's fine too. So I'm just going to cut an oval out. I'm going to cut 3 ovals out. You should have 3 lily pads because we're going to talk about balance and placement as we do this. So I'm going to do one. For me, it's just easier to cut it out. Notice how I'm turning my page as I cut. 2. 3. And you put your scrap in the trash, and then you're going to cut out this kind of like pie-shaped piece. If you look here, you want to cut out from one edge kind of like a triangle, and you want your triangle to end right in the center. So I'm just going to cut this direction and cut this one this direction like that. And you can see how that little piece comes out of there. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and do my other 2. Alright, so there's our 3 lily pads. Now to color the lily pads, I just took my crayons and simply drew the flat edge over the top of it, always kind of going outwards. I'm pressing hard, starting with the lighter color. Now you don't have to choose the same color as I do. You can use different colors if you want them to be darker. Lily pads can be, depending on where they are, what the light is like, they can be pretty much any color. And do both sides. And these are actually crayons rather than oil pastels. Okay, and then use your second color and go over the top, and that should fill in and have that overlapping color is going to look nicer than just one color. But you want to stay away from coloring it in so that you see the little point or the edge of the crayon. You want to just see flat color. Okay, now that you have those 3 done, you're going to take them and actually just crumple them into a ball. So it looks like that. Okay, there's our 3 lily pads. Then you're just going to gently, carefully open it back up. And lay it out flat again. That's going to give it some texture. Okay, there's our 3 lily pads. Then on your painting, you're going to decide where to put these 3. Number 1, you're going to think about balance. Maybe you want one here, and one down there, and one up there so that there's like a flow here. Maybe you want to put one down here and 2 in the middle so there's more happening in the middle. You're going to think about where you want them. There's only 3, so you can't have it symmetrical. You have to kind of decide, you know, where is that going to look the best? Is it going to look really nice there, like the koi is coming up? Maybe you want it this way. Maybe you want to flip it around here so the lily pad's pointing the other way. I want you to think about where you're going to put that lily pad. Then when you decide where you're going to put it, I think I want one here. I want one right here. I want one right there. And yeah, that looks good. Then you're going to take 1 dribble of glue on the back. Just 1. And you're going to hold it down right on that 1 dribble of glue. Okay? Do that for the other ones. Make sure you flip it over so you have it pointing the right way. Remember, it's a tap and glue bottle, so don't shove it on the table too hard. Tap it gently. And you want to only have the 1 dribble of glue so that the edges around here actually come up like they're sitting on top of the water. Okay? Now, once you're done with your 3 lily pads, you're going to take some tissue paper, 2 colors of tissue paper, and you're going to make them into one flower. Okay? So you're going to take your pencil here. You're going to glue 1 blob in the center and glue the second piece over the top of it. Okay, and then you're going to take this, twist it around your pencil, and scrunch it open into a flower. Then you can put your 1 flower on the center of one of your lily pads. I'm going to put mine right here. And I'm just going to take this bottom piece and set it on top of there and squish my pencil down on there. So I have my 1 flower, and there you have your finished watercolor painting with your lily pads in the koi pond. And that's how you complete the watercolor koi painting.